Hey guys, what's up? Chief Tiger here, and I'm going to talk to you about how to use the Airdrop Frequency Controller plugin for Oxide. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log into your Archon. I am working on getting this for supporting Oxman flags. That'll probably be the next update I do, but I currently don't have it in here, and I wanted to get these features out to you guys as soon as possible. So we're going to go ahead and look at the commands by using AFC help. And that'll give you a list of everything right here. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list and show you what each command does. So if the command, if I can't show what the command does, I'll just let you guys know. So the first one is AFC reload, and it says to reload the plugin settings. What that means is if you don't like using the commands to modify the settings and you'd rather just edit the raw file in your FTP or your text editor and your control panel or whatever, that's fine by me. You can do it there, save it, come back in here, type /AFC reload, boom, settings loaded. Don't have to worry about messing with all the commands in game. That's what that command's for. The next command is first hour, and that allows you to set what hour the random drops can start happening. The last hour command is the same thing, except it's the last hour they can start happening. So my current range right now is 6 to 10. That's my range, and I have 5 drops, which is the maximum amount of drops you can have for that time period. We'll get into that later, though. Next, we have the drops command. Perfect. You use the drops command to set the amount of drops that can happen between the specified hours that you give with first hour and last hour. Must be less than the total hours available. And the way to think of this is you don't just subtract the hours. So if you see here in my settings, I have 6 to 10, but I have 5 drops. The reason that is because every number counts as an hour. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 5 hours that drops can possibly happen. So 5 drops is the maximum amount that you can set it to. So if I try to use drops and set it to like 7, it's going to tell me too many drops for that amount of hours available to drop, which is okay. Alright, going good. Next, we have teardrop. It's kind of a pun. I like it. So teardrop is to set the number of additional drops added when moving up a player tier. And what that means is that associates directly with the min players command, which is the next command, and you can make it a single, let's bring it up again. You can make it a single number or a list of numbers. And the list of numbers is how you get your tiers. So if we look at our settings here, we'll notice that right now I just have it set to a flat number, which is 20. Now my server is not nearly as populated as other people. Why did I type AFC players? My server is not nearly as populated as a bunch of other servers, so I only have 4 people online right now, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that down a little bit to 4. So now it says I've set it to 4. So we look at our players here. Oh, whoops. Man, I can't get anything right, can I? So our settings, min players has been set to 4 now. So this will allow drops to happen now. They won't actually happen though because I have the lines commented out, but they will appear in this console, and they'll tell me, oh wait, now they'll appear in the console and let me know, hey, drop happened at this time, hey, drop happened at this time, etc. So moving on, moving back, I guess, teardrop, if I set min players to be a range, so I'll use an example here. Say we want to do 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 2 players, that's just the regular amount of drops we have set. At 3, it'll add on to the drops the teardrop amount. So if I set this, it'll say min players has been set to 2, 3, 4, 5. You can look at that in our settings as well. There it is, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 will be 1 drop, or 5 drops rather, as default. Then 3 would be 6 normally. I'll get to that in a second. Because teardrop is 1, so since we moved up a tier to 3, it would make it 6 drops. And then if we moved up a tier again, which is what we are at, so we currently have 4 players, then it would be at 7. Because it would add once for passing through 3, and then another one for passing through 4, which would make 7. But because I have the limiter on you can only have as many drops as you have hours, it will automatically clamp for you to the maximum amount of drops you can have. have if it's going over the maximum amount. So in this case it is. So what I can do here is I can say first hour, we'll keep the first hour the same. Let's just go ahead and change the last hour to something like 20. So now I have available to me 20 minus 6 plus 1 drops, which is 15. So we have 15 drops available to us. So now I won't have a problem getting those drops put in there. Let's go ahead and reload that, just to make sure. Yeah, so their last hour is 20 now. So if you wanted it to go up by, say, 2 per tier, you just go ahead and set that tier drop to 2. So now, because we have 4 players on, it would add 2 to drops, which would make it 7, and then another 2, which would make it 9. So it would do 9 drops within the current time period because of we passed through the tiers to get up to that point. So that's how teardrop works with min players and doing the tiers. AFC drop message. That displays a global message when an airdrop is called. So if you want to just say players, make sure you use quotes here, by the way. Let's tell them, look above, a drop is happening. So it says drop message has been set to look above, a drop is happening. You can double check that with our settings command. There it is, drop message, look above, a drop is happening. If you make your drop message kind of long, there's no limit to the drop message length, except for how much will show up in the chat. So if you make it too long, it'll cut it off. If not, then it'll be fine. It's only a one-liner. It doesn't handle multiple lines. So, to double check this, I can come in here and I can say, pretty sure I did little print, didn't I? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and run some fancy schmancy little things in here to figure out what our random times are. Hold on one second. Time to print toString because it's a Boolean value. Oopsie. Let's do K actually. Okay, so 7, 10, 8, 9, 6 are our current times. So the current time is way later than that, all those times. So I can set my time back to 6 currently. And in the console, we will actually start to see those drops happening. And when you change settings, they don't take effect until after. Okay, I'll get to that in a moment. So you can see it says look above, a drop is happening. If we check our console, bam, airdrop frequency, airdrop delivered at 6. So we can see that it is working. There won't be any planes here because, like I said, I commented it out. All right. Where was I before? Oh, right. If you change settings, they won't take effect until after the last hour of your last settings. So, like, if you had your settings from 8 to 16, but you wanted to change last hour to 10 instead of 16, then it would still do all the drops from 8 to 16, and then after it got to 17, the hour 17, then it would re-randomize stuff based on your new settings. So, if there's any confusion about that, that's the reason for that. Next commands. Day delay. That allows you to set the amount of days delayed between dropping. So if you wanted to do 1 drop every other day or every 3 days, you know, just like really minimize your drops, you could do that. Or you could even do it to where you do 5 drops every 5 days, just to kind of like collapse it all into one thing to kind of keep people staying on the server for longer, I guess. However you want to do that. It allows you to do that. Real-time drop. This is more of like a niche command. This is for people who want to drop in a real-time amount. So like, say you start the server, you want drops to happen every 2 hours no matter what time it is in the game. You can do it with that command. But what that command does is it disables everything else about the plugin except for the drop message. That'll still happen. And also just basic min players. Don't worry if you have like if I look at my settings here and I have a range of min players set, it'll automatically just use the first value as the lowest players it can have in the server, and it'll still work. So that's what real-time drop is for. And then of course I've used this command a bunch of times during the video already. AFC settings allows you to see the current settings values that you have, and that's pretty much everything to know about this plugin, guys. Hope you liked the video. Hope it was informative, and hope you guys have fun with this plugin, playing around with it on your servers. Thanks for watching.